I don't know what time zone you live in, but here it is green o'clock. And you guys really need to see what we have in the garage today. This is a 2002 Chevrolet Corvette C5 convertible. And what are we doing to this car? What are we gonna do to it? We got it up on jack stands. We must be doing something to it pretty big. We are giving this car a complete custom paint job with a custom color. It's not gonna be a crazy custom paint job, but it's gonna be a custom color. I am very stoked to paint this car because it's actually getting painted one of my favorite colors. We're gonna have to get this thing all taken apart. A lot of stuff's gonna have to come off of this. There's a lot of nooks and crannies. A lot of parts have to come off. Lights, the hood, these things. The plan is tear everything down, label everything, organize everything, and then we will jam everything first. Jamming it means we'll paint all the edges, like in here. You see right there where it's all silver still. All that needs to be the color that we're painting this car. So we'll jam everything first up to the line. Doors, everything. All the doors are gonna probably most likely come off. And we're gonna jam everything and then reassemble the car. And after everything's jammed, then we're gonna paint the whole car as one. Because that right there is how you come out with a really nice paint job when it's all said and done. When you jam everything and then you paint the whole car, especially with a metallic color. So metallic colors, you absolutely want to paint the car while it's all together. You don't want to paint the doors and the fenders separate or anything like that. So it's very important to paint this car with everything on it, just like you see, excluding like the door handles, mirrors, that stuff. But basically like all the big panels. Got quite a few hours into this thing so far. We have the doors off. Doors are up here. We got the doors all scuffed, prepped, pretty much ready to go. Just got to do kind of a final once over. Figure out what I want to do with the stickers here. Be nice to take these stickers off, but I don't think we're going to do that just because it'd be nice to have them on there as a factory thing. Doors are pretty much ready to go, and the door jams are pretty much ready to go. So we got everything pretty much all sealed off. Spent hours in here getting all this stuff scuffed, prepped, ready to go. We did a little bit of sanding on the body so far, not a little bit, just kind of some in the off time a little bit, just to kind of keep busy, keep something to do, because this is a pretty big undertaking. And it's important that you put in time and you don't just stand around, and there's always something you could be doing to advance yourself. So pretty much door jams are ready to go. I had a little hiccup down here. I realized that there was a pretty good chip that was in the car already down here, and then there was like a couple stone chips, and then there was like a seatbelt chip, and there's another stone chip up there. So I decided to feather those out and then primer them with some urethane primer. We'll sand those out and then we should be in good shape, just because, you know, you gotta fix the little stuff like that, even if it's on the rocker. And I get a lot of people that are like, oh, how do you paint on a stone floor? You must get a ton of crap. Let me tell you something. I've actually painted in some pretty darn nice shops before that are perfect. And I got less crap and paint jobs that I've painted on stone floors than I have on a nice concrete floor. I think what it is the stone floor actually kind of holds a little bit of moisture and it kind of keeps everything down. Where a concrete floor, you get a nice dry concrete floor, and what happens is all that dust just kind of rolls up, where there ain't no dust on this. So I mean, you know, we definitely haven't discussed the color yet, but if you're paying attention right now, you just might kind of see the color that we're leaning towards going with this car. And if you do see it somewheres in the shop, you know, just make sure you put in the comments what you think. I mean, you know, a lot of you guys are just gonna fast forward through the video anyway, and you're not even gonna get this part. But if you do get this part, put down in the comments and let me know what you think of that color. Because I'm a real sucker for that color, as everybody knows by my other cars that I paint. Well, it is 7 o'clock. I put in a pretty darn good day. So we're gonna go and we're gonna get a good night's sleep, good rest, and we're gonna be over here in the morning and we're gonna put in another whole day on this thing, and just maybe we might be spraying some color in the next day or two. So the next day here on this Corvette project, if you were paying attention, you found out the color that we're gonna be painting this car. If you did find out because you were paying attention to my surroundings, put in the comments below and tell me what color that is. And if not, well, we did a ton more work on this car and we're gonna find out what the color is. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Oh ho ho. Say it ain't so, just another green. Man, oh man, look at that green. This is a nice color right here. Beautiful. We got the door jambs painted on this thing. And the rockers. There was a nice line right there to break it off on. I like to get all the BS work done first when I do these jobs. You can see that rocker came out beautiful, and the door jamb, it just glows. This is a beautiful color. So we did the door jambs on both sides. Got all up in there and stuff. Even took the time to take the trim down, pull all the clips, get up in where all the trim and all the weather strip goes. Got inside the fender good. We don't want to end up taking this entire car apart. That's not what the plan is with this one. And if you look over here, oh, we just did our two doors. Man, this looks nice. Nicey, nicey, nice stuff. We decided to tape these stickers off instead of remove them. Didn't come out too bad. Obviously, the right way to do it would be to take them off. I always recommend that. But we didn't decide to do that on this, so it is what it is. It still looks good either way. Came out beautiful. I gotta say, you know, factories don't do that good a job painting stuff. Because originally, when these doors were silver, barely any of the bottom of this was covered at all. And like mostly in the front wasn't even painted. And we actually took our time and went all the way through, painted every little nook and cranny, and did a nice job. Come look at our driver's side here. This looks absolutely fabulous. Love this color. This is such a nice green. Glad we decided to go with this green. In case you're wondering what green this is, it's pretty simple. This is just a GM color. It is called It's Green O'Clock. It's pretty common on the Chevy Sonics. Paint code is WA414X. And that is what you get right there. And it's kind of gloomy in the garage, but I tell you what, out in the sunlight, this green is absolutely amazing. And it actually looks really good in the garage anyway. Can't wait to see this car all done and outside. So now that I spoiled the color for you, are you actually going to stick around and watch the rest of the video? Probably not. But if you are, we're just going to keep on keeping on. Ideally, what I'd like to do on a project like this is take all the panels off and get everything jammed. But, you know, we're pretty limited for space around here. I have to take the doors off, jam the doors, put them back on. Then I'll take the hood off, jam the hood, and jam the fenders, put that back on. And then I'll take the two trunk lids off. It's got a trunk for the top and a trunk for the trunk. And then I'll do those and put them back on. So you'd work a lot more by doing it like this. If I had a ton of space, I'd just take everything off. But it is what it is. That's just what we have to work with. So we just got to keep going with what we got. another couple days down on this thing, and we're definitely making progress, folks. Oh yeah. Getting all the nooks and trannies. This thing's looking pretty darn good. Taking our time, getting right down in all the places where we're supposed to get. This thing's looking nice. Got the doors back on. Doors are all lined up. Looks pretty good. Well, at least lined up to where they were. Most of the stuff on these newer vehicles isn't even alignable anymore. It just got one little hole so you could just bolt it and that's where it goes. I'm pretty happy. Got everything done. Move over here to the hood. Oh yeah, we're looking pretty darn good. The whole bottom of the hood was silver, the color of the car, and the trunk on the car is black underneath with silver on the edge. So we decided to kind of match everything. So I painted the bottom of the hood black, took this off, painted under that, and then just taped along this line right here, which is basically where the lower and upper part of the hood glue together, and painted that green. Didn't really do a fabulous job because we kind of want it to look factory. Now mind you, with factory stuff, this wasn't even painted that nice. With factory, they don't even care about this stuff, so we're doing a lot better job than we are on factory. So this is really nice for this. Well, the next thing to do is to get the hood bolted back on, get that aligned, and then we're gonna pull the trunk lids off. And I say trunk lids because there's the front one and the back. I don't know what this one, but this one here, the frontmost one, is where the top goes into when it's folded down because it's a convertible. Then we're pretty much going to do the same thing on these. What we'll do after that is assemble the whole car. Most of the car is actually sanded already. Everything except for the doors, basically. Everything's already sanded, ready to go. So we'll put everything back together, mask it off, and then we'll be ready to paint. But there's still a lot more to go because we have all these other little pieces. Door handles, mirrors, the headlight covers, which go right here, which the headlight covers we're going to paint with the rest of the car so everything is nice and consistent. But the mirrors and the door handles and all that other little stuff we're going to paint after. That way the car's done, let the car dry for a few days before we touch it. We'll work on painting that other stuff in the meantime. But right now we're just focusing on getting the bulk of it done, which is the automobile itself. And right here what we did is we just base coated without taping anything, and then we ran a line of tape and then cleared it. That way we don't get a really high edge right here. So that's kind of a little secret to that, because you don't really want clear coming out to here because it's just not going to be right. Base coat's fine, but you really don't want clear fading out to here because it's going to make the final paint look wonky. So base coat it and then clear it, and only tape it when you clear it, and you could barely even feel the line right here. That comes out pretty nice. And then you can be thorough and make sure you get everything. We had a little chip here that happened, I don't know. We fixed that, primered that, so that way we got a nice edge here. We're literally going every inch of this car. That's what happens when you paint a car. You go over every square inch of it, and you find a lot of things that you didn't even know existed. But that's okay. That's why the professionals here at High Voltage are taking care of it. Well, fellas, it's been a long, grueling few hard days of work on this thing, but I think we are finally ready to do something. It looks like we are finally ready to start painting our Corvette. Spent a lot of time sanding this car down, getting it prepped. There's a ton of little nooks and crannies. Had a couple little spots I had to work out. Had to tape the underneath of it off. All these little spots, there's a million holes to tape off. Not because overspray is gonna get in, but to basically keep all the contaminants that are on the other side from getting out and getting on the fresh paint. We got everything up here all double taped off, basically a layer of plastic and a layer of paper, because the last thing you want to do is get any overspray on the interior or the top or anything like that. Same thing goes, you don't want anything from the inside to get out on your paint job. We got the hood, the jams, everything is all jammed, ready to go. We did all the jams here with our aperture tape, basically foam. It's like a foam roll. That way you get a really nice clean job on everything. Kind of got a little ugly there, but these door jambs are pretty forgiving. Basically where you're gonna see stuff is very important, but these will come out really nice either way. Our rear door jamb's pretty good, so we're in good shape. We have everything all taped off. We already painted the rockers, so we have all those taped off, ready to go. We painted the rockers with the door jambs, all the wheel wells. Man, this car's just got a lot of nooks and crannies to worry about up underneath. Then we have our headlight covers and our gas cap door. We're gonna paint that at the same time as the car, basically to make things a little easier, because it's really hard just to jam these little parts like this and try to get a good job. And the same thing with the gas door. It's a lot easier just to paint that separately. As long as you paint it at the same time as the car and with the same number of coats, you're gonna be in good shape with this color. This is a really nice color. It's got a lot of pearl and a lot of metallic in it. So it's really important to paint everything at the same time. We're doing the two trunk lids separate. This car is sitting real high up right now, and you can see right here, when you lean over, it just eliminates any issues to go wrong. Yes, it's possible, and yeah, it's no different than if the car had a roof on it. It's actually really nice that this car doesn't have a roof on it, because that just eliminates any other issues. As far as this goes, this is high up. I'm gonna put about 5 to 6 coats on. I'm gonna do 5 to 6 coats on the trunk. It'll be fine. These cars were usually painted in pieces anyway. I did a little bit of research by the looks of it. These were all painted originally from the factory in pieces, so we're gonna be in good shape. It took me an entire day of just taping this thing off. I mean, there is like 3 2-inch rolls of tape and like 3 3/4-inch rolls of tape, just taping everything off in this car. It's insane how long it takes to tape everything off to do a nice job. Oh, we got our gallon of green mixed up, ready to go. We already opened it, tested it, made sure we're good. We got all our reducers and stuff ready to go, and we are in good shape. Look at this. Got her all painted. all clear coated. Look at that green. Man, that looks good. We're just gonna take a walk around the car and just let this soak in. You know how many people I have get discouraged and just worry out of their armchairs and say, you can't get a nice paint job in this garage? Just look at this garage. You can't paint a car in here. It's gonna come out like crap. Well, you be the judge of that. I got a stone floor. It's unfinished. You know what? It's all on how you control your dust and manage everything around you is how your paint jobs. I've been painting cars in garages a lot worse than this for a long time. I've had some nice work come out of it. And I am so happy with the way this came out. That green is just, I'm so happy we went with this green. Man, I just can't stop looking at this thing. It's literally like a piece of candy just sitting here. So I got most of the parts. I got a bunch more that aren't here. They're somewhere else, but I got most of the parts right here. I went through, painted, jammed, got all really nice. Did all that one piece at a time. This is like the center console thing. Corvette emblem goes in there. And then this is the top here that goes over top of the top when it's folded down. I got the mirrors right here. Those look pretty good. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies to get on all this stuff. Everything came out really, really good on this car. Everything is just coming out good. And this green is just absolutely amazing. I love this color. You know, when you paint something, it's pretty exciting because of the final product of what you get. But then when you paint something a color that you really like, it's even better than that, because when you're painting something a color you like, it's just like, whoa, you know, it's kind of like really, really adds to it. And I love green. I love the color green. And when it's a nice green like this, it's a lot of fun. Man, I'm almost wishing that I painted the Duster this color. I guess it's not too late, but the Duster has to be lime green. Come on. This car is just glowing. I can't stop looking at it. This thing is sick. So what it took is it took about 6 coats of base coat and it took 3 coats of clear coat to do this entire car. We wanted to make sure we got a good coverage and everything and made sure everything was consistent. You seen on the first coat, it kind of took a while, but everything just came out really, really, really nice on this thing. I took the time, got up underneath everything. You could see all the, there's a lot of stuff to paint. You really got to pay attention on this stuff because there's a lot of stuff you can miss. And it's easy to do up under here. You got to make sure you get all the little nooks and crannies everywhere so you don't miss anything. And this car came out really good in this stone floor garage. So the next process right now, before I take any tape or anything off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet sand and polish this thing. That way all the nonsense and all the trash getting flung around from that process isn't going to go into the interior of the car. Get this entire thing sanded, polished, buffed, all that happy nonsense, and then we will move to final assembly. So you still got several hours of work ahead of me to even get to that point. Oh my God! What did we do to this car? What the fuck are you doing to my car? What? I'm just trying to fix the hole in this door. You don't know what you're doing! Don't you just cut a piece of metal and just weld it in? That's it! Go home! Get out of here! You're done! Alright, whatever. I'll go home then. He destroyed it. Woo! well, it is day like whatever. This is going to, by the looks of it, be a 3-week project. We are 2.5 weeks into this thing, and we are moving on to the final process. Man, this is exciting. So we went over this entire car with 36 grit sandpaper. What the? And then just completely sanded it down to the primer. And then we went over it with 3000 grit sandpaper on the DA, and that brought the green back. And then now we're gonna go over it with buffing compound. Did anybody catch a flaw in what I just said? If you actually know, then put it down in the comment section. But yeah, so we got this whole car wet sanded with 1500 grit, everything by hand, and then we went over it with 3000 grit wet on the dual action sander. It took about a whole, well, you know, probably like 4 hours to do that. And that's pretty much non-stop work. And now we are ready for our 2-step buffing process. I explained that in some other videos, so if you're curious, go back and find it. You might have to watch 10 videos to find what I say about how I buff, but you know what? That's all right. It's called job security, you know? So I like to go over it with cutting compound and then go over it with a polishing compound with a foam pad. And man, that just brings these things right to life. This car is gonna look sick out in the sun. I cannot wait to see it. Well, high voltage family, man, I am pretty wore out. It is the end of another workday. And man, let me tell you what, this buffing and wet sanding is a lot of work. Whoa, look at this thing. Wow. I mean, just speechless. I thought it looked good after I painted it. I mean, now this thing, it literally looks like a piece of candy or a piece of glass. I don't know. One of the two. I just got this thing so nice and smooth. It's starting to get dark out. The sun's starting to go down. Lighting in this place isn't the best. Man, I tell you what, this green, I absolutely love this green. This has been such a pleasure painting this car, because when you're painting something where you love the color, it just makes it like really fun to paint. If I was painting this like a dog poop brown or something like that, I don't think I'd love it that much. It'd still be fun, I guess. Not really. I mean, it'd basically just be a paint job at that point. But when you paint it a color like this, I mean, it adds right to the thrill of it. Man, I almost want to paint the old Chevy out there this color. Wow, I mean, this is just insane. I absolutely love this. That buff job did a amazing job on this car. It is basically a full day's worth of work doing that. It is basically an 8-hour day with 1 half-hour lunch break, and that's it. To wet sand and buff and do a good job. I mean, this isn't a like 100-point show quality job. I wanted to leave about like the stock looking orange peel, because every vehicle from factory has orange peel on it. You can't really see it much in the camera. Maybe you can. The decision on this is basically just make it driver quality, and I would say it's definitely that or above. So I didn't spend time getting every single little nook and cranny like you do on a show car. But this is not a show car. This car is going to be driven and had fun with, and that's all it is. It's going to get stone chips. It's going to get little damage here and there and all that nonsense. But man, this thing is definitely going to be a head turner, a lot more than the silver that it was. 100%. So I would say this is definitely a really, really nice driver quality paint job. And even above that a little bit, you could absolutely bring this thing to a show and win a trophy. I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys, I am definitely not a Corvette person. My favorite Corvette is like a 69 through 73 kind of thing. I think the 69s are pretty cool. I like the Mako Sharks. Me and my father actually built one a long time ago, a Mako Shark custom whole thing. And that was pretty fun. I like that body style. But these here, I mean, it's a Corvette, but other than that, it doesn't do anything for me. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but I'm into the older stuff. This is a 2002. Definitely not my cup of tea right here. But hey, you know what? It's definitely pretty cool, and I am honored to be able to paint such a cool looking car. The color of a cool looking car, I guess. I guess the car is pretty cool looking compared to... You gotta think, in 2002, there wasn't much good looking stuff out there. And I guess, like, when it comes down to it, this car is definitely probably better looking than a lot of stuff made in 2002. Definitely not my cup of tea, but it is a sporty, pretty cool looking car. I'm definitely into the muscle car era, like the 70 Impala and, you know, the 60s and 70s is my thing. But you know what? The good part about doing newer vehicles like this is you typically have a lot less damage to fix, especially on something like this. This car is all plastic. Actually, it's not even fiberglass like the older ones are. This car is all plastic. And this car is in really good shape to begin with, so there really wasn't much prep work at all. Like the old Chevy, we had to make multiple rust patch panels and floor pans and do hours of bondoing and patch welding and sanding and all that stuff, and we're still not ready for paint on that thing. And that silver base, really, I think the silver base really made this color pop. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but we decided to paint this license plate frame that goes on the front green and just not go crazy on it just because it didn't look like black. And this was painted black. Well, it wasn't even painted, it's black plastic, so I put adhesion promoter on it and painted right over the black, and you can actually kind of see, probably can't see it much on camera. No, I'm looking through this lens right now. Really can't see it, but in real life, painting this color over the black versus the silver, painting it over the silver it just made it like pop like you wouldn't believe. That was definitely the right choice to paint this right over the silver paint that was on it. You know, guys, the funny story about this color is that I was actually he-bobbling through the junkyard one day. We're trying to decide a green to paint this car. We weren't really sure what one we were going to go with yet, but there was a few different ones we were going to go with. And I was just kind of he-bobbling through the junkyard one day, just looking at, actually I was looking for some wheels for this car here, possibly, that might have been there. And I ended up seeing this Chevy, I think it was a Cruze or something like that. All I know is I seen this really, really nice green. It was a real nice sunny day all the way across the other side of the junkyard. So what I ended up doing is I said, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to go for a hike because that green is the green that we're going to do. So I went for a hike all the way across the junkyard. I found that car and I got the VIN number off of it, called the dealer because the paint code was gone on the car. Somebody took the glove box, called the dealer, found out it's green o'clock. There we go. There's the color. I mean, it was just as simple as that. When you're looking for a color for your project car, just kind of relax and like take your time. Don't go crazy and like try to rush it or anything, because we were really getting stressed out kind of trying to find a color for this thing, like just going back and forth with so many different ideas. We almost went with a candy. It didn't do that because that is just an outrageous price that it would have costed. And just, you know, there you go. One day when I'm least expecting it, I just happened to find the color we ended up going with this thing. And let me tell you what, I am not disappointed. I chose the right color for this car. I think this car they should have painted these cars this color from factory. Well, high voltage family, another day down on this 02 Corvette here. Let's check out what we got done. Man, I am burned out for the day. I am sweaty, hot. It has been really nice here in New York. Well, man, we definitely got a lot of work done on this thing today. Just about together. I mean, it is together. Whoa. It took an entire day to reassemble every single piece of this thing. Man, there's a lot of pieces. Wow, but it looks good. It's getting dark out. Wow, I tell you what, it is looking really nice. I'm just about ready to get this thing down on the ground. We went through and we cleaned the interior. Just kind of wiped some stuff down and gave her a quick vacuum. That way if there's any dust in here from all the work we did, we don't have to deal with it. So we went through, and it's just a good gesture to give another nice quick cleaning through the thing. Got everything looking just perfect. Doors shut nice. Man, just look at this car. Looks nice all together. Got everything all wiped down pretty good. We got the light covers installed. Got these lower fog lights installed, or whatever they are. I don't know, fog lights, marker lights. Weird because it's got like fog lights there too. And then that's actually a hole that points towards the brake rotor, so they can cool off, so they don't get burned out like we are. Woo! The only thing that's got to be done at the end is just some brand new Corvette emblems need to be put on. And this thing looks good. I am super happy with the way it came out. Very nice. Complete repaint. Door jambs and everything. Got the gas cap door on. That was definitely a pain. That was a pain to get off and a pain to put on. It was even more of a pain to put on because we wanted to make sure we didn't scratch nothing. And I gotta say, you know what? Let's be honest here, guys. Every single time I put something together, I usually scratch or nick something, and then I have to go back and touch it up. This car here actually went together pretty darn good. I didn't scratch or nick one thing on this car. That is definitely like a milestone right there. Usually like everybody, and if you say you don't, then you're lying. You always scratch something or slip with the ratchet or whatever, and you know what? This car here, I really didn't slip or scratch a darn thing. Got lucky on this. Didn't buff through anything. A lot of times when you're buffing, it's easy to go gung-ho and buff through something. Especially this car. This car here's got a lot of really sharp lines on it that are easy to buff through. This car's got a lot of stuff on it that's easy to buff through. Did not buff through anything. I didn't really go crazy on the buffing with this car. The clear came out really nice, so there really wasn't a lot of sense to go hog wild with the buffer. Kind of bummed. I kind of want to keep this thing in the garage. It looks so nice. Man, oh man, keep the Impala outside. Man, look at this thing. I better not say it too loud. The Impala will get mad at me. Are you excited to see it? Come on, put in the comment section down below if you are excited to see this car all together. Man, it looks good. Not gonna lie. Ready? Whoa. Look at this ride. You know, this right here is where all the hard work pays off. Man, oh man. Look at this car. Wow, it even sounds good. Look at that. Man. Everything is nice and really nice on this thing, man. It looks great. I'm so happy. Wow. You know, the part where you get done with it and you pull it out of the garage for the first time is usually what makes or breaks you. That's when you really see the true colors. That's where you see where it's either gonna look really good or you messed up big time. And I think we look really good on this, my opinion. Look at that. I just can't get enough of it. Man, the car looks nice. Sweet. Got all the door jambs all painted. All nicey nice in there. Got everything all lined back up again. Got the wheels all cleaned up, put back on. Got underneath all nice. Man, this car is low to the ground, I tell you what. This car is really low. Like, look at how low this thing is. This is my fist. It's almost as tall as my fist. That's insane. You don't want to go over any crazy bumps with this car, I tell you what. Man. Looks good. Very happy. Now the sun's really starting to beat on it now. Beautiful. Well, I just moved this car a little bit because I want to back it back into the garage. I got some work to do in the garage today and some other parts, so I had to get this thing out, but I just kind of turned it around, and now the sun is hitting it at a different angle, and oh man, we just got to check this thing out again. Look at this. The sun is like right there. I don't know, the earth is flat, so like, I don't know how the sun works. I think it just goes round and round and round. Yeah, okay. Sure. Probably just lost about 100 subscribers. That's okay. Maybe the earth is round. I don't know what it is. Why are we talking about the earth when we got an earth green Corvette sitting in front of us anyway? Man, just look at this thing. Man. Well, here we are at the end of the video. I know I was teasing everybody throughout the whole video because I said, well, you know, I sold the Impala and the Duster and I bought this Corvette and all this different hogwash that I was feeding you. So now that it's the end of the video, and if you made it this far in the video, then you're lucky because you're gonna find out the actual deal with this Corvette. Let me tell you something, I'd love to take this thing for a ride right now, but unfortunately it's not mine. Oh man. So what's the deal with this car? So there's a young gentleman and his father that own this car, and they wanted it painted this color. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So I painted it this color for them. And there's the story on this Corvette. And that's kind of how the whole story with the junkyard thing, you know, we were kind of debating on a color, and there was a lot of different colors we were gonna go back and forth with. And then I happened to be at the junkyard one day and seen this color on a Chevy Cruze, and there it is. There's the finished deal right there. So I cannot wait to see their reactions when they come and get this thing in a couple days. I think they're going to be blown out of their armchairs. Man, you know, that is my favorite part about doing this kind of stuff, is it's a lot of work. This car it's just about exactly 3 weeks of hard work, like 6 to 8 hours a day, even more than that. I was over here till 10:30 last night working on this thing, getting it ready. You know, all that hard work is going to pay off when they come and get this thing and I see their reaction. And that's really going to be cool. And then everybody knows that High Voltage Diesel painted this car. This thing is going to turn some serious heads going down the highway. And I want to see you in the next episode of High Voltage Diesel, because who knows what we're going to be working on next. One could only hope.
End of transmission.